Hello everyone, welcome to fault tolerant tutorials. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to install Raspbian Stretch. Raspbian Stretch is the operating system used for Raspberry Pi into a Raspberry Pi. If you buy a new Raspberry Pi module and you want to start working with it, you need to install an operating system into the memory card and then insert the memory card into the Raspberry Pi and start booting it. Okay. So in this tutorial basically I will be showing how to do it in a very simple, easy to understand steps. The first step number one is go to raspberrypi.org http://raspberrypi.org and download the latest Raspbian Stretch. I will give you the URL or link for downloading this file in the description below. So once you download it, first you have to next step number 2 is to step number 1.1. I will give it as step number 1.1 is to extract these files in the zip folder. Right click, extract here. I'm using WinZip here, WinZip. If you don't have any zip file extractor or RAR file extractor, you will have to download that application. It may take a few minutes. If you see here, I think this is the file which is getting extracted here. Raspbian Stretch. This is almost around 1.6 GB. I hope it will include all the latest version of all the softwares which we need for our project. Okay, the extraction is almost completed. In step number 1.2 is to prepare your micro SD card for copying this OS image file. I don't have a memory card reader. As I told you, I don't have a memory card reader in my PC. I have this memory card reader in my laptop. It is already inserted, so what you have to do is to open any card formatting software. You can download this one, SD card formatter. It is available free for use. I prefer this one because it's compatible with most of my requirements. You can download it from internet and from internet directly. I will provide you the URL for this application also. It will be available in the description below. Okay, what you have to do is select this memory card. Make sure your drive letter is correct. Open the drive and see this one. Okay, I actually have an older version of this Raspberry inside this one, Raspberry Stretch inside. I will be deleting this one. I will be using the new version now. Okay, so close this one. Make sure this drive letter is correct. And quick format, you can put any name like Raspi, something like a name, and click format. Formatting this will erase all the data on this card. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, I will continue. 2 seconds. Make sure the file system is FAT32 and I'm using a 16 GB memory card. That is more than enough for my basic applications. You don't need to go for big, larger capacity cards. Okay. Now I have to open this folder. Let's see. Okay, it's formatted complete. Check the properties. You will see it's a complete empty memory card. Okay, now alright, now we'll go for step number 1.3. After preparing a micro SD card for copying the OS file, we need to copy the OS file, copy OS image file into the micro SD card. Okay, This is next step. So we'll go open. This is ISO image. We need to mount it somewhere. I have the PowerISO here. You can download the PowerISO from the free version. I'm using a free version here. We'll continue on registered. We'll have to burn. We're gonna go is what we're gonna do is to burn create bootable USB drive. Okay. In order to use this function, you need to power ISO as an administrator. We want to continue. Yes. Can continue unregistered because I'm using a free version. We'll show the image file from the desktop. My desktop, this one, 2017-11-29 Raspbian Stretch. Open. Destination will be my E drive, which is already formatted. Okay, we'll start command. Generic SD 15 GB, all data in the USB will be overwritten. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, let's continue this. So I think it will take some time. It's showing around 6 minutes. I'm gonna post a video for 6 minutes, and after about to finish I will start again. Okay, writing USB drive completed successfully. I'm gonna close this one and we're gonna open the drive and see if anything can find anything. Probably because as we are using ext file extension, we'll not be able to see anything. Oh, okay. Still okay. I think we have copied all the files here. It's coming around. Check. It's coming around. It's the space 20 MB and free space 20 MB. So basically, we'll not be able to see the remaining file system because it will be Linux file system ext3 or ext2, something like that, and Windows will not be able to recognize these things. Okay. So now what we have completed is what you can summarize this one. After copying the OS image into the file into the micro SD using PowerISO. ISO is completed. Now what we're going to do is we are going to insert this memory card into Raspberry Pi, and we're gonna start booting up Raspberry Pi. Since I don't have a screen capturing facility to do the screen capture from Raspberry Pi, I'll be using my camera to record all the installation procedures in the Raspberry Pi. So this video I'm gonna give it a pause here and I'll continue with the other one using my camera.
This is my Raspberry card, and this is a 5 voltage 5-volt supply. I'm gonna remove it. You see here on the side, not this side, this side. You see in this side, this is our micro SD card. I'm gonna insert the micro SD card here in this side. As you can see, it is inserted here. And here is my wireless USB mouse, and I'm going to connect the USB mouse and keyboard here in this side. And in this side is the HDMI port. I will connect my monitor, and this 5-volt supply will be used for connecting here. Okay, and I'm going to power up and I'm going to show you how this remaining steps of the installation of OS in the Raspberry Pi. Okay, now this Raspberry Pi is booted up and it is starting up. You can see the small indication in this right corner of the screen. Okay, it's quite fast, faster than the previous version. I hope within 1 minute I got the desktop here. So if you use the mouse, you can, you are able to navigate, and you can go see all the applications here. Office, internet, all these things are here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I want to install. In the next step, what I'm going to do is I want to install a remote desktop. Remote desktop to install a remote desktop server here, and I can access this Raspberry Pi screen. First I want to install XRDP VNC server and XRDP server. So we're gonna check where, probably I'm not connected to any internet right now, so we need to install this. There are 3 Wi-Fi networks. Now I have my Android IP here. I'm gonna connect it with my key. Okay, it's gonna wait for a while. Okay, 192.68.43.64. Okay, probably I'll be able to log into any. Open web browser, and we're gonna check that I'm able to get internet or not. I'm gonna try www.google.com. Okay, it's working. Internet is working. Okay, now we install XRDP. What has happened here is when I try to install XRDP, it was showing not available. We have to update that repository. XRDP is always conflicting with our VNC, so we have to make sure interface as VNC is always in the disabled condition, should not be there. So instead of VNC server, which is coming default by this, we are using VNC for server, and XRDP used to interface between our system and this one. Now what we can do is we can check XRDP-v. Yeah, remember desktop protocol server is version 0.9, that is installed. Okay, now we're gonna close and we're gonna disconnect. Now we are trying to connect. We have the IP address. We need the IP. We are gonna disconnect from this one, and I'm going to connect on my local network. Need to check the IP address.
Okay, now this is how this Raspberry Pi is connected to my local network, and the IP address is 192.168.101. Okay, now once your Raspberry Pi is connected to your local network, you will be able to access using remote desktop. So start remote desktop connection and enter the IP address of the Raspberry Pi. It's 192.168.1.101 for me. Username will be Pi and the password will be Raspberry, and you can save this connection in the desktop itself so that you don't have to create every time. Just check the display settings, everything keep it as default, and make sure the detect connection quality is put to automatically. Okay, connect. Put the password as Raspberry. By the way, it is the default password for Raspberry Pi. Here is the desktop for Raspberry Pi. So now instead of connecting directly a monitor to your Raspberry Pi, you can use remote desktop connection to access the Raspberry Pi and do all the programming and all the projects from here itself. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I know it's kind of messy, but if you have any kind of doubts or questions or queries, kindly post it in the comments. I'll try to reply for it. In case if you find any difficulty following understanding the steps, kindly let me know. Thank you.